So first and third are finally tied and at 500. So oh my God, this guy. Happy Friday, Roulette Fools. We made it, huh? Brent with AOB, bringing you the best roulette strategies and how to win in the long run. At least I think so, right? So we're going to jump in here. We're going to do 1, 3, 4 to start. He's kind of, if I'm looking down here, he's really jumping all over. He hasn't been consistent. So we're going to kind of go slow and small here to start with and see how it plays out and see if it changes at all. And then we'll gradually start moving up. I just this morning, good thing we started small, right? He is jumping over. I tried getting through a lot of the comments. I apologize. I have not had a lot of time to go through the comments and respond, and that's my bad. I need to do better at making time to do that. Like I said, you guys take time to write it. I need to make time to respond. So a lot of good feedback there. Some of the feedback I will address right now. Some of it was on the roulette Mythbusters or head-to-head challenge stuff, saying, oh, you're not playing with real money on those, so it doesn't mean anything. I disagree. On those challenge videos like that, or things that I'm just demonstrating strategies or busting myths, I'm not going to recklessly put my own money on those, because number one, those aren't strategies that I actually like using, whether they win or not. So I'm not willing to do that. And we're on a live wheel. So the result is exactly the same if I'm playing stake cash or I'm playing gold coin. So that's just that. I stick my neck out far enough doing the 100K challenge at times and betting enough, as well as I've been doing giveaways every single day almost in fact, more than that. The other night gave away twice, gave away $120 in the afternoon. And then we had a really late night session where we kicked ass and gave away another $120 at night. So, I would rather keep my money than use real money on testing out strategies, improving theories wrong, which we busted the myth. I'm going to do another session on that a little later. Busted the myth that like on playing like corner bets, like moving around or is any better. And actually, one of our members, Tekka, recorded over 13,000 spins, and basically, if you look through that sheet, everything played out about the same. So don't believe in that. Don't believe everything you hear from me. Don't believe in everything you hear from anybody else. All right, let's step it up. We're doing okay here, but use your own common sense. And then most importantly, use whatever works for you. So if whatever process or logic you want to use, or superstition or beliefs, if it's working for you, it's working for you. Go for it. All of us do it to a certain degree, right? Not everything has to be science. Some of it's just to make us feel better, right? Some of it's just to make us feel better. So I do know that sometimes when playing 5 double streets inside the goalposts not working, I've had very good success moving a plague. Does that mean because I'm moving those numbers? It's probably just because we're getting lucky on those spins, but if it's worked, it's worth. I know mathematically and statistically it doesn't matter, but and I'm going to stop trying to lean over. I've been leaning over so much to get into the mic that it's been hurting my neck. So I'm going to sit up. You're going to hear the mic a little bit more, and I'm going to try to lean back a little bit more. Good posture, especially when I've been live streaming for oh man, we've been live streaming a lot. Sessions are going long. So another thing was, had several people chime in that they didn't like this beat on the live stream. Excuse me. I try to do the first part of this session like this, all recorded. Yesterday was an exception because I just ran out of time and I needed to do the live stream and I needed to get this done. So I did it all at once. But normally what I've been doing is I record the first part here, and let's step up to 134 at $135 bet. Now let's see how this goes. I try to do the first part here and then maybe a second part live stream. But I get what some of you are saying, like you don't like the additional noise and people talking because you're usually listening to this in the background. So I'll try to keep it here. And then if I do a portion in the live stream, I will just make sure, I'll just tell the folks in Discord, my board of directors, like keep chat to a minimum, that I'm going to try to keep this. And then all you'll see is the comments coming up in the bottom right corner. Actually, what I'll do is maybe I'll record it without that. I can change to a different scene that doesn't show the comment section coming up from Kick. But either way, I'll try to keep this as pure as possible. The term that was used was keep it in a vacuum. And I totally get that. So I'm going through, I'm trying to make my way through the comments. I still have a lot to go. So I'm sorry I haven't gotten to all of them. The live streams have been fun. I enjoy it because I get to chat while we're playing, especially on that marathon session where we were way down and we were able to claw our way back up. So I was happy about that one. All right, we're doing well right now, so that's good. So I hope you guys have some good weekends. We're going to try to hit out on the water tomorrow. So I'm going to try to get the live stream on Saturday, even though right now I'm committed to pretty much Monday through Friday live streams. And I actually would like to move to a Saturday and Sunday completely off. But I think I'll jump on in the morning if I can and just make it an hour live stream or something smaller and just relaxed and fun. I kind of need to get away a little bit more. So between doing this, the live streams that have been over 4 hours a session, plus doing this, plus editing the videos, plus the other management stuff. And I'm very thankful. There's our loss. Very thankful for having the board of directors, my admin and moderators and stuff. So, all right, here we go. Let's see if he'll get us out of this one. Anyway, so yeah, I got to get the boat out. I'm going to try to do that this afternoon, get the boat out. And we haven't been on the water once this summer. Crazy. We're at end of July and haven't even been on the water. Haven't even gone camping. This is the first time, and I don't remember ever in the last 25 years that I haven't gone camping in July. I ended up canceling our camping trip. We were supposed to leave Sunday, but there's just so much stuff going on, and I really need to get out and help my mom more. All right, there we go. We're going to step it down. We're just looking to break even here. Someone asked me, what do I think about 4Xing my bets on these? And that way you go up 1 unit ahead, you recover. Whew, statistically, you're fine, right? When you bet more, you have to spin less. If you bet less, you have to do more spins, which puts more risk. So it kind of evens out, but I think it risks your bankroll more. So a bunch of times you're going to get it, but the once or twice that you get hit on that, you go really down. And if you do it again to recover, darn it. Look at that. 4 and 6, that punk. Now we're going to need to leave it here for 2 in a row and then drop it down if we want to break even. So let's hope we can get this. Anywho's, yeah, it's the first time we haven't been out camping or wherever. So I'd like to get out there, get the boat out, the skiing boat, not the fishing boat, and de-winterize it and that, or get the paddle boards out and get on the river in some manner. So, oh, phew. I was like, oh man, please don't hit I thought I saw 28 around there, but who knows? All right, we got to rebet this amount. So, and some of you said, hey, I noticed you're using 5 double streets a lot more rather than the 9 streets. Yeah, I get it. I've been coming back. If you watch the last couple episodes, I've been coming back more and more to the 9 streets. It's just, like I've said all along, you go through cycles of strategies that just you like and happen to be working. And the 5 double streets have been overall working pretty well. But probably not any better or any worse than 9. A lot of it's probably in my head, oh man, I thought I was going to hit that 6 again. No way. All right, good. Now we can go back to base bet. And what are we at up here? The high was 138. So we've broken even. We've recovered. Let's see if we can get a couple more and break this ceiling here again on our way up. I'm trying to get $1,000 a day right now because I would like to get us into back above. We're still down. Yesterday we had a good day. It was $1,000 day, a little over 1,000, like 1,005. But anyway, we're still down. We're below where we need to be by over $2,000. So I definitely am going to, but I'm taking my time. Yesterday, if you saw yesterday's session, it was done. I ran out of time. So I did it all in the live stream, and we were playing 5 double streets, $25, and I just left it there, and we did great. I think we got to the 3rd progression twice. And that's, you start out with a 125 bet, and next thing you know, if you get to the 3rd progression, it was over $1,000 bet. Now, something I might try here, that was recommended to me. I think David, did you recommend it to me? Said, on a loss here, go to Romanovsky, and wherever it missed, like let's say it hits a 28, which is a loss for us. We do Romanovsky, and you would leave this corner alone, and you would do maybe this corner, and you would basically not cover the one that just hit. So we could try that. I'm not opposed to that. So for Romanovsky, if we lose 135, I guess if you want to, maybe you break it down into 2 spins if you go Romanovsky, just like it would be if it were, this. So if you lose 135, you'd need to have $70 units, I guess, which would be 70 times 8. It would be a $560 bet, and you'd need to do that twice instead of a 270 bet. So this obviously leaves 9 whole numbers uncovered plus the 0. 10. Oh man. It was late night last night trying to get everything done. Versus Romanovsky, you'd leave 4 whole numbers and then the 0.5. Oh man. Okay, well let's try Romanovsky. So there's a 30. So we're gonna leave 25, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, we can't do it on this server. We'll have to go to the other server. So I'll try here in a little bit. Maybe we'll move. But then man, that's really stupid. Come on, Stake. Why are you limiting the coverage? I don't get it. But I guess we're still playing, right? Okay. And hopefully I've changed my microphone settings. OBS has some really good filters so that it filters out other smaller sounds. Okay, there we go. So I'm hoping that I usually mute it, but I don't want you to have to hear me drink. So I've been testing it out on the live streams, and they say they can't really hear me drink or chew anymore. So that's good, but I'll still try to mute it or move my face away. I don't blame you for not wanting to hear that. I wouldn't want to hear that. Anywho's, yeah, so we're going to try to get on the water. Man, I'm still working on my sprinkler system. Half my zones aren't working. I know there's a short somewhere because when I test the voltage, they're showing voltage, but you're only supposed to see voltage on the, oh good, we just missed that 30. You're only supposed to see voltage on the zone that you have turned on, right? Like zone 1, you should only, when you touch the back of the if you open it up and there's where you plug all the wires in for each zone, you're only supposed to see voltage, but I see voltage on 5 zones. And those happen to be all the 5 zones. Those are the ones that don't work. So on all those, so I'm guessing it must be some sort of common ground short or something. So what I'm going to do is, I still have a bunch of Cat 5 cable from my way back in the days of networking and running wires and stuff. So I'm going to take that and go hook up go direct to each zone and just make sure that those come on. All right, there we go. We're moving. Look at this. We're doing well. We're at 300. So my goal is to get to 500. What time is it? It's 11:12. And keep going. I need 1,000, and we'll stay here. If I can get us all done before I need to live stream at noon. So we still have a good 45 minutes. So let's see what we can do. I was reading some comments. Mr. Grinder, good session. I went and watched your live session. I'm sorry that you ended up busting at the end, but that's what happens, man. Where you're trying out different stuff, it happens. Oh, there's a 0. So I did notice in some comments, getting some shade thrown on us here. So I'm not going to roll in the mud anymore with that here on the recording thing. But here's what I tell you. Number one, as far as the only reason I'm winning because I have a large bankroll, well, I'm also having larger bets, right? On some of the other roulette channels, they're either playing on Roulette Royale or they're betting with 50-cent units, maybe $5 units, and their goal is $100. Oh man, don't do that. Okay, I was gonna hit the 0. So yeah, I feel like my bankroll is relative to what I've always said. Wait a second, why are we doubling? Oh, we need to go back down to base bet. I could double it if we wanted to like make tracks, but we've seen all too often. You lose one, you win one, then you lose again. I want to, like I said, progression bankrolls life. So I will disagree that the only reason I'm alive, and you know what? Number 2, if that's the only reason, then that's better proof. I've said it all along. Bankroll, having the biggest bankroll you can and the lowest progression you're willing to tolerate, that is a better chance for success. So I'm practicing what I preach, and you should too. You should get the biggest bankroll you can and bet the smallest amount that you're comfortable with for the amount of time you want to spend in front of the table, right? So if you want to make your goal faster, you're going to have to bet bigger. You take on that risk because your progressions are going to be more expensive. So, yeah, I won't disagree. But I think my bankroll is relative to what I'm seeing some of the other channels betting, you know. And to me, if you're going to criticize, I mean, to call 5 double streets or playing 9 streets, you know, basic, and it's a good beginner strategy, but it's not what pros use. That's just, to me, that's ridiculous. As ridiculous as saying the second and third column are better because of where the wheels are placed, or the first and the third dozen because of where the wheels are placed. It's going to change every day. Yesterday, first column was up 45%. And these 2 columns were way behind. It's just going to change. Today, let's go take a look. Today, it could be second and third. Tomorrow, it'll be first and third. I mean, who knows? So, oh my gosh, there's a hit, a whack, I mean. All right, let's go check out the statistics. Okay. First column, which is this one down here, right? The one they say doesn't get, has the most at 39% today. Second column is way behind at 24%. And third column is at 37%. Now, this is interesting, though. Every single day, and I've only been watching this for the last 4 days, seems like I think I've only seen the third column not be at least in first or second place. It hasn't always been first place, but it's at least what I've seen. Now, let's expand this. This is just the last 50 spins. Oh, Nelly. 2 donks in a row. That's not good. All right, we're going to go up to the third progression. So let's move this out from 50, and these should change. Well, 41% for the first column. Okay, third column is now lagging. Move it this way. 38, third column is now behind. Whoops. Back here, First column. So first column has still been in the lead. Now second column. Now third column is lagging big time. See, it just changes. 34, 36, 30, 34, 34, 32. So this whole time, so first and third are finally tied and at 500. So oh my God, this guy. Wowza. Well, that sucks. All right. Going into some deep water. We're just staying the same. I'm just going to stay the same. Anyway, so you can see this whole idea that first and second are better and third. I mean, that's just debunked. So hard. I would have more respect for those gentlemen who say that this is to come out and say, you know what? Statistically, you're right. In my experience, I always seem to do better on these. Totally understand that. If you say in my experience, but I know statistically it's not true, I'd have a lot of respect for that. Look at that 4 right there again. That meaning landed right next to the 4 again. Like, no way, dude. All right, let's go. Anyway, enough about that. I can't wait. We do have camping in August. Man, it's a beautiful campsite right along the river, super private, and there are some absolutely beautiful hikes to these falls. There's three really good hikes. One hike is almost like a double hike. You got to hike into the first fall, and then if you want to go even further, there's another fall up there. The second fall isn't all that spectacular, but it's good exercise. No! Damn it, Jim. This guy. All right, let's see what we can do here. And I know I'm chasing. I realize that, but I'm behind, and so I do want to get it back. And someone asked, well, why do you only have the 5,000? Why do you even put the 5,000 here? I put the 5,000. That's kind of my stop right there. That's kind of my reminder that there is not infinite funds. I don't want to go back if I don't have to. So we'll see what happens here. I would still have a balance of $1,500. Oof. Man. So I'd still have a balance of $1,500 and, or 20, in this case, 2258. So if we lose this, we'll regroup. I'll probably stop at this point and we'll finish this another time and figure out what strategy you want to use. Interesting enough, let's see what happens if we had spun that 4. Well, here's the problem with that Romanovsky strategy. We would have been clobbered right here, right? Because this is a worst case scenario. You lose 4 on 9th Street or 5 Double Street. And so you go to Romanovsky and you have to increase your bet and it double taps. So that would be the danger there. But I get what you're saying. I mean, most of the time, hopefully that doesn't happen. Oh, phew. Okay. So now we can go back down. Let's see how far we were up at 363. Now we're 138. Okay, let's go down to base bet for a second, just in case he's on a tear. Let's go back down to base bet. All right, so we recovered almost 360, so we're still down 200. This is only 45, but better to be up 138, and then if we lose here, better be even than stick at a really high bet and be way down. 14, nice. Okay, we're just going to stay here and see how he does and work our way back up. All right. Thank goodness. Remember, it's okay to lose as long as you win the really big ones. All right, let's go. Let's go. Also, on Roulette Grinder's live stream yesterday, I saw that Kentucky White had called me out saying he had challenged me to a $10,000 wager at several times, and I never responded. Let me know. I love wagers. I love bets. You guys know me. I'll take on a bet. I don't know what the bet is. He'd have to tell me what the bet is. But then he said, well, maybe I haven't responded to him. I I haven't seen anything in the comments, although if it's been recently, which I doubt, I've been absent from going through the comments. Today I went through a bunch, and I'll go through a bunch after the live stream, and then he said something snarky like, well, maybe 10,000 is too. Well, let's not do 10,000. I mean, I don't know what the bet is, but let's make it interesting. Let's do it 100,000. I'll do 100,000 wager, depending on what it is, what you're saying. If you want to go head to head and you think your strategies are better, I'm willing to go head to head. We're going to do it over multiple sessions because either of us could have a very unlucky session. That doesn't mean shit, but we'll do it over several sessions, and I'm willing to put $100,000 on it. Let's not fuck around with $10,000. I do $10,000 bets in one spin, and you think I'm worried about a $10,000 wager? I do $35,000 wagers or bets in one spin. You think I'm concerned about a $10,000 wager? Hell no. All right, there we go. We're making some tracks back. Okay, we're getting up there again. 363 was a high. Okay, we're doing well. So yeah, get on our Discord, jump into one of my live streams, or if you have a live stream, just send me a DM and I'll jump on your live stream, and let's talk about what the wager is and how you want to play it out and how we're going to, do that kind of stuff. And I'm game, but let's make it real. Let's make it so it hurts a little. 10,000. That's like pride to me. That's like, you're just losing. Even if we just did a gentleman's bet and I'm losing pride, that would hurt more than just a $10,000. And it's not because I'm wealthy, just because if I'm going to fly to Vegas or do all that, $10,000, shit. All right, there we go. So let's make it 100K, Mr. Kentucky White. Let's make it 100K wager. And depends on what you are what the bet is about. Let's do it. Let's do it. You guys know me. I'm not all talk and no walk. I walk the walk, baby. I walk the walk. Let's do it. In fact, why go to Vegas? Let's do it here live so that we can broadcast it ahead of time and get a big showing. Let everybody see this stuff live, right? Let's do that. Why go to Vegas and spend all that money when we can do it here on a single zero wheel? And good for one of our family members here who follow on YouTube that was watching the Roulette Master, and apparently Sonny Zaro, I don't know if I'm saying his last name right, but they were arguing that second and third columns were better because of wheel placement, and our team member spoke up and said no, and they kept shooting them down or whatever. And I just showed you right here in the strategies that even after 500 spin, first column has been in the last 500 spin, and every step of the way has been at least first or second place. And now we're considerably up. So that's just ridiculous. So don't buy into that, people. That's what I was saying in some of the comments today. I don't hate the person. I don't know those people. Kentucky White and Sonny Zaro and stuff. I don't know them. So they may be super nice guys in person. I just don't like spreading just misinformation that is factually proven to be incorrect. Not like subjective, like red is a prettier color than green. This is factual. You can factually prove that the second and third columns are not better than the first. No better. All right, what's happening? I'm going to put you guys on pause until they get their shit together. I'll be back. Okay, we're back. I don't even know why he was waiting. There wasn't like a manager that came over or anything, so I don't know why we were waiting, but let's see what happens after the wait. All right, there we go. There we go. And just now they just spoke up. Oh, now the manager's here. Too late to apologize. Too late. So, all right, it's 11:30. I've got 30 minutes, 33 minutes. We're at 408. Let's get to 500. And then I'm going to live stream, and then I would like to get some feedback. Do you guys mind if I do the first part live stream, and then on the second, if I do a part in the live and then put it at the end of this video? What if I just made sure that I was the only one talking, but that you could see the live scrolling? You wouldn't mind then, correct? Hopefully not, but because it saves me time if I can do it during the live stream rather than doing it just here on the days that I want to get ahead. I'm definitely setting my targets now at the end of this year. I was really hoping July or August to finish this thing and move on to more enjoyable things. I don't know what they're doing again. We'll be back when they start rolling, spinning. Okay, we're back. The manager's still there. I don't know what kind of issues, but I'm glad we had a little pause. It's kind of chilly downstairs here, so I had to go throw a shirt on. So let's see what's happening here. We're at 408. May the luck be with us and we can get to 500. And we cannot. I was hoping for the 7 or the 12. Dang it. All right, let's go. Let's go. But so it'd be interesting. Other than this 4 and 4, that would have been a nightmare. But then 19 and then 0 would have been so this would have been a tough run on the Romanowski right here. But I mean, that we've had tough runs with 5 double streets, 9 streets as well. So I'm not discounting. I mean, everything's going to have a tough run. But in general, if you look down here and you did Romanowski, let's say 8 or 9. So this would have been another loss because the 8 and 9 are in the same corner, on the same corner bet. So unless you picked down here instead and you got lucky. All right, let's go back down to our base bet, which is good. Oh, we don't want reverse. We want 1, 3, 4. Let's see how that's doing here. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm sold on the Romanowski, man, because if you like this 8 and 9, if you had picked wrong, it's just that the Romanowski, like the 5 double street, it's an 8-to-1 ratio. So to recover is very difficult. But I'm going to definitely look into it, and I'll definitely play it later, maybe later today during the live stream and see how that plays out first with gold coin. Someone, like I said, someone mentioned, a couple people said, oh, play with real money. It's easier to say. It's easier to say when it's not your money, right? I was doing that for a while on the challenges, right? And I lost over $5,000 playing with real money on two sessions. Once I lost $2,000 and once I lost $3,600. The $3,600, I'm trying to remember which strategy that was. Whew. All right, come on. One more good win here. Can we do it? Can we break the curse here? We need one more good win plus just a little bit because we were doing $9 total bets, $1 9 streets at the beginning. So that's why we got this odd amount here. So let's go. Let's go. Friday's nice, isn't it? We started watching, here's what's interesting. Shauna had never seen The Black Stallion. And The Black Stallion is I just think it's a magnificent movie. It really is. Oh my gosh, I knew it. We couldn't. Oh, anyway, so it was kind of late to start it. And it's a long movie, but we hadn't, she had never seen it. So we started playing it. And what I realized is, and I still think it's an amazing movie. We're so trained nowadays with CGI and explosions and social media and all this bombarded that our brains can't handle just relaxing. It's like they need to be stimulated every second of every day, right? So what I found is, and I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it, but near the beginning of the movie, it's a kid and a horse and they're on an island together. And it shows a lot of beautiful cinematography of them running and him riding the horse and playing in the ocean. And I remember when I first saw these movies, it was beautiful and you're just like watching it, enjoying it. And I even caught myself last night watching that going, okay, let's go. And I had to go, whoa, slow down. This is beautiful. And they're developing, which doesn't happen much more in film, which is they're developing a relationship, showing this relationship being built. Nowadays, they don't develop characters as much. Let's see, we're at 498. Let's go to $1,349. This would get us at 501. Anyway, and I'm like, that's the problem. That's why I don't like a lot of the new movies, because they don't build character. And we get so used to hurry up. Let's go. That this movie, at times, the pace is slower because they're developing friendships, relationships, and it's such a good movie. We only got to, and I like it because it has these layers, right? You got this part in the middle on the island, then this next part, then the next part. So anyway, I mean, like Rear Window, right? Alfred Hitchcock's Rear Window, pretty much, pretty much the entire movie takes place in a room, and it's a fantastic video or a movie, because it's just so good. It gets you into the character, and that's what they're missing these days. Anyway, enough of that rant. All right, we have 501. We're going to call it here, 35 minutes at 501. Let's pull up the sheet, and we'll go to our daily tracker, day end, plus 501. Yesterday, we had a nice $1,000 day, 501, and we'll pull this down and see where this leaves us. And here's a summary. All right, so we're down 1,800 below. So we need to get on this gray and then get back up here above the cliffs of Dover again. We're still tracking end of February. So we're right in the 365-day range. So we got to be careful. We don't want to push out, but we want to get this back. So I'm going to see if we can't get another $500 today, whether I do that here or we do it through the live. But if it's during the live, I'll tell the guys, if they have anybody in there with me, to keep talking to a minimum, and we'll just play it like it's normal so that your viewing is consistent. Okay. Anyway, I will see you back, but if I don't, for some reason, be good humans, be good to each other, be good to yourself. It's not that hard. And yes, it is all of us against the casino. So let's go kick their ass. Cheers. And if I'm doing a bunch of different things, it's confusing. So stay with me. And if you guys find that that's too boring, I totally understand. And I could do the 100K stuff non-live. It just saves me a little bit of time. So let's go. Thanks, Arcar. I appreciate it. Had a good session this morning, playing 9 streets, getting back to 9 streets. So let's see what we can do. Actually, okay, we got a balance of 5,000. Let's pull up I was playing 134, and I stuck with 134 the entire time. I think I did have to go up to a 4th progression today to $1,000 bet, but I just stuck with it, and it paid off. Or actually, I might have had to go up to a 5th progression because it hit 0 anyway. I think I might have had to go up to a $2,000 progression. So 4, 31, 0, 10, 20, 23, 0, 7, 19. I want to stick with 134. Let's see what happens. And I'm going to start slow here. I'm going to hit it off a couple times. That's what I did this morning. It was great because guess what? Like the first spin was a whack. So I'm looking at this, and then let's get a couple under our belt. Let's pull up the graph and get this going. And one thing that I'm trying to do now until we get back is I am being a lot more patient now. So I'm going to take it easy because let me pull up the chart here. This was after today. We got $500 today. We're up 501 from an earlier session. So, but we're still down 1879. We're still looking. My goal is the end of December now. And I think we'll easily get end of December, but I'm going to build this surplus back up. And then I might get a little bit heavy on some bets. But when I say heavy, like $500, I'm not going to go crazy like I did last time. So, slow and steady wins the race, right? So that's what I'm going to do. And I knew what I was getting into when I bet the big bets because we had such a huge surplus. I didn't think we would just have that terrible of a session. So we'll see. I'm going to tap this back up now to $45 and we're going to do a couple there and go from there. So I was commenting earlier on the first part of this video on some of the on Roulette Grinder's live stream yesterday. There was some shade being thrown by Kentucky White. He said he challenged me several times to a $10,000 wager bet, and that I, oh dang it, that I didn't respond. And then he made something snarky. He said, well, maybe that's too big of a bet for him. Too big. $10,000 bet, too big of a wager for me. I love it. But if you want me to fly to Vegas, and first of all, I need to know what the challenge is exactly. I don't even know what the challenge is, but if you want me to fly to Vegas, let's make it fucking interesting. Let's make it $100,000 wager. Let's not make it 10,000. Let's make it 100,000. So that's right. I'm willing to put my money. You guys know me. I will wager. I love to fucking bet. I love big bets. So yeah, if it would be tough to enforce, I mean, it would be tough to enforce. Oh shit, I accidentally did reverse 1, 3, 4. Or did I? What did I do? Oh, I did standard. Anyway, yeah, so I'm willing to do it. So Mr. Kentucky White, and to be very clear, I don't have anything against, I said this in the last one, I have nothing against him personally because I don't know him. I dislike misinformation about strategies when it's factually incorrect. The second column and the third column nonsense, right? We've talked about that before. And the fact that, you know, I don't mind, for me, I don't mind personally that he said that the 5 double streets and the 9 streets are, you know, basic and okay for beginners, but not for professional gamblers like himself. That's just baloney. So anyway, moving on from that, these are great strategies. They work for me, and I've said it all the time, right? What works for you, do it. If playing outside red and black works for you, do it. If playing 2 dozens is working well, and if you follow the winner, whatever works for you. If you feel like the numbers on the wheel play an important part in history and it's working for you, do it. At the end of the day, do it. You do what works for you. Yeah, I agree, Simmons. If he has a perfect strategy, yeah. And that's the thing I say is that why, let's change this to $5 so we don't accidentally do something here that we regret. You know, that's what I agree is you don't need 1,000 different strategies to be successful. In fact, I think it's the opposite. I think 3 strategies at the most is what you need. If you want to grab some extra ones just because you're bored and you want to have some fun, totally get it. I pretty much use 2 only, right? The 9 street and the 5 double street. And someone, I can't remember who it was. I don't know, David, if it was you or Philip, said something like, when am I going to get back to 9 streets? I've been playing 5 double streets and it's just cyclical. I've been getting back more and more. Yesterday I played some 9 streets. I'm getting more and more back into 9 streets. I've been having some good luck with 9 streets now. I've had some very good sessions. So I am going to get, but I just play with whatever gut feel comes down and what I like. So anyway, there's that. And from what I saw on Roulette Grinder's live stream, I watched it after it was, you know, obviously not live, but looks like I think he was using Kentucky White strategy and he lost his entire bankroll. Now that's, again, I'm not even knocking the strategy because that can happen on any bankroll. And that's my point. To call one strategy bet, they can all get seriously unlucky and lose, right? We all know that. Yeah, Dave. Yeah, gambling is like taking drugs and you get that massive hit and then you have that crash and then you want that back in. I get it. So it whatever strategy, I think some people have the belief that the more complicated it is, it must be better or whatever. And that's just not the truth. I mean, and I proved it and yesterday, and I've proven it twice. Mythbusters, that moving your bets, like when we were playing the moving corners, is better than just playing the same one over and over. Myth busted, man. And I'd love to. Oh, dang it! I was hoping we were gonna just keep going, but we're 7-2. We're kicking ass right now, so I've got no complaints right now. So, and let me just say to any of the dealers that watch this, I know quite a few of the dealers watch this. When I'm in a losing streak and I'm yelling at you, I know 100% is not your fault. Okay, I know it's 100% not your fault. So, I'm just venting. And I try to say after every time I vent that it's not the dealer, it's just bad luck. So I want to just say that. Yeah. I actually went to Mr. White's channel and watched. There's quite a few that are on Roulette Royale, but then he's playing on Bet Online, which is cool. But his bet size are so small, like 50-cent units, and that's fine. I have nothing against that, but I think he also had criticized that I had some big losses and stuff. Well, my losses seem big because I'm betting bigger. That's why. And anyway, and yeah, like I've always preached this, right? You get the biggest bankroll you can get. You place the smallest bets that you're willing to accept, right? If you want to win money, more money, and you want to win it faster, then you're going to have to risk more by betting bigger. But if you're willing, for example, on a $30,000 bankroll, what if we were betting 10 cents? I'm telling you, we would win constantly. 10-cent bets. I mean, it would take an amazing storm to lose on a $30,000 bankroll. So anyway, yeah, no system. That's why, but I don't think you need 20 systems in your bullet. I agree, a couple, and whatever you figure out works best for you, do it. 100% agree. These two primarily work well for me. 5 double streets. I do want to try. Well, it would have been catastrophic to do where 5 double streets or 9 streets, and when you lose, you go to Romanovsky. So, yeah, let's see here. So David, I don't think it's our David Elliott, right? DVJ, in our Discords was saying, he plays, and then when he loses, he goes to Romanovsky, and he leaves, like, let's say it hit 28. He uses that third dozen for the one to have the 2 corners, and then you put the 3 units on the other 2 dozens, and then he'll leave that number, whatever corner it's associated with. And sometimes you can associate it with 2 corners, right? Like 23, these ones right here in the middle, you can do either corner. You leave that corner open, that number open, and you bet. And he says he's been very, very successful. It just so happened today, I was looking at that, and oh my gosh, we would have been wiped out because it hit repeat numbers several times. And as you know, Romanovsky is an 8-to-1. So if you, oh dang it, if you lose on Romanovsky after you've lost on 5 double streets, you're a hurting unit. So you better make sure your bet sizes are really small and that you're prepared to possibly go deep. Yeah, David. So that's what we're just talking about right now. I am going to try Romanovsky Plague here a little bit after we finish the 500K challenge. I've been doing well with double streets 1, 3, 4 today, so I'm just going to stick with it and stick to the plan right here. But then I definitely want to try Romanovsky Plague like you suggested. So for those of you that are new or haven't paid attention, I guess, or missed it, I shouldn't say paid attention. When we say plague, it just means whatever hit whatever number or color hit last, whatever you want to do, you avoid that one. You don't play it. So it's pretty much opposite of follow the winner, except a little bit different because you're not necessarily following the loser. You're just avoiding the number, the street, the double street, whatever that it just hit. But you could play it with 2 dozens, right? 2 dozens plague. And I think that's easier to say when you say 2 dozens plague. Isn't that easier than saying I play 2 dozens and I do the one that hasn't hit the longest and the one that hit before this one hit, right? So you just automatically know if you go, I play 2 dozens plague, that you're going to always play the 2 dozens that didn't hit last. So I think that's kind of cool. My goal for today is $1,000. Right now it's my goal. So I got $501 earlier, and we're shooting for another 500 to give me $1,000, and we're calling it quits. I'm not going above 1,000. We're going to get our win streaks going. We're going to get our feet back under us. We're going to prove out again. I mean, even with significant, even as bad of a week as we had with multiple big losses, we're still right on track. And so there was a couple commenters saying, yep, see, you lost no, we didn't lose everything. Oh, okay. Phew. I thought that was going to hit the 4. Like, no, we haven't lost everything. We're still very nicely in profit. We could stop right now, right? We could stop right now and walk away with $40,000. I mean, I don't know. So I don't consider, I mean, yeah, would we love to have been up another 30,000? Absolutely. Yeah, so if I'm already up 501 and I'm going to go up another 500, I'm breaking that rule and I'm going up to $1,001. Yes, I am an overachiever. So, and many of you know, I personally don't believe in the magnet on these wheels. I just think that you get some serious unlucky spins. I mean, even when I haven't been playing, I mean, I posted a screenshot, and many of you have too, of just these outrageously crazy sessions. And if you watch the first half of this video after it posts, the entire history, the first like 10 were red or black, and then the next 10 in a row were red. I mean, it was nuts, right? You have a whole section of nothing but black, then a whole section of nothing but reds. So anyway, but that's just my feeling. You're going to have those days where just no matter what you do, it just feels like you can't win. So we're doing really well right now. Look at this. We're at 411, just taking our time. And a lot of questions about what am I going to do? What's the new challenge after this? And I had some people say they would like more low bankroll. So I'm kind of curious. Put it in the YouTube comments section down there or here in Kick. And do you really want to see more low bankroll stuff? I mean, I already did that bankroll series where we took 300 and we doubled it to 600 in 10 days. We were going very, very slowly, you know, and it was very successful. I think out of all those 10 days, we had 1 day that we lost. And then we very easily made it back up. So I don't know if I don't know if I have any more to teach on low bankroll. I think you guys know just as much as I do by this time how I play it and what I do. So I'm trying to think if you guys can come up with other suggestions that's different. I'm looking for something that's different, not just, I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be what works. It could be like, maybe the challenge is I have to take a different strategy every day and try to get my bankroll with that strategy. Right? Obviously, I'm not going to use completely asinine strategies or strategies that I know will just get our ass kicked. Oh, we're 1 win away, and look at that. I mean, oh my gosh, it did it to me on the first part of this session where we were 1 win away and they whacked us. I don't know, it's incredible. $20,000 starting bankroll for 100 days, 100K challenge. You know, and I know some people are saying like $100 to 1 million in a year. Oof. Man, that, I don't know about 100 to a million. That's pretty nutso. I'd have to look at, because, oh, sons of bitches. Dang, burn it. Come on, dude. We were 1 win away. Now we're at least almost 3 wins away. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. I don't know. I'm still looking. I like the Mythbusters piece, but I have to, like, there's only a certain number of myths, and I don't know. I mean, you can't disprove them so much as prove that not doing it that way is just as good. That's, to me, is how we do it. A $1 to $1,000 challenge. Oof, but that would be so slow. Because can you imagine? I know other people have done that, done the $1 thing. Oh, Mother Mary. Are you serious? Damn. Come on, dude. Come on. 3 losses in a row. All right. Well, this happens earlier. We actually went 4 losses. We're okay. We're okay. We're actually up $11 because, or $12 because of the $500 that we already have. But I just think the problem with me with the ultra low bankroll challenges, like you're starting off with $1, you're using $1 and you want to, is that I don't know how many viewers are interested in. Well, first of all, it's kind of difficult because 10 cents is the lowest bet here. And oh, phew. But we got to do this a couple times. So it limits my strategies, because if you only have $1 and I can only go to 10 cents is my minimum bet, that means I'm, for the most part, pretty much stuck playing the outside 1-to-1 bets, like high, low, even, odd, red, black, because I can't play 9 streets. That's 90 cents. 1 loss, I'm done. I can't play 5 double streets, 2 losses, and I'm done. I mean, I could, but, and if I could play pennies, do people really want to see penny bets? I personally, I don't. It's like, it's too, that's just ultra low. Oh, for fuck's sake. Goodness gracious. All right. Yeah. So we had to go this high in the first time. I have no doubt that they're possible. Anything's possible, right? You can take $1 and you could put it on black and win 5 times in a row and then slow it down. I mean, anything's possible. So we'll see. Oh, I guess if if the challenge moving forward, is it just live roulette, or is it, I can do whatever I want in the casino here, as long as I take $1 or X number of dollars and move it up. Phew. Phew. All right, so what we're gonna do is, I'm not even gonna try to recover up there. I'm gonna go back down and I'm gonna go to the previous bet size, which was 1,080, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna go back down to give us that progression. This will just get us up here and then up to our pre-loss condition. And then we'll spin it again at this rate to get up higher. So I don't wanna bet again at 2,000, at the 2,000 level. Normally I would. Normally I'd be looking at the peak and going, okay, well, I need to get all the way up here. Right now, I'm just trying to get back to this. And that way, if we lose again, we're still somewhat of a lot, right? We'll have $3,400. Okay, man, I saw that 30 right there. I was like, no way, man. All right, that's good. That's good. So now, 134, now we can go down to 540. So so people keep asking for Shauna to come back on and host, and I honestly, I can't. I don't blame any of you for one bit. Much better looking, much more enjoyable to watch. Much more enjoyable to watch. But I hope to get her in here maybe tomorrow or Sunday. All right, I'm going to stick at the 540. We need to stick there if we want to get up, but we'll see what happens. So anyway, that's that. So I'm covering a lot of different topics right now. There's a lot of different topics. So we'll see what happens. So I'm still, I am anxious. I am anxious, but at the same time, I've kind of rethought about this 100K challenge, and oh goodness gracious, dude. Maybe we should switch up. Let's see. I don't want to be stubborn here, but he hit a 14. I can't do reverse.
Yeah, it's kind of all over.
Was that a 540 bet? It was. So we're up to 1,080 again. Yeah. So so we'll see. I like I said, my purpose after some of those big losses were to really shed all that, forget about the losses, focus on starting over now. For the most part, getting rid of dice. I'm not even going to make it a daily thing. I mean, I went and touched it last night. Phew. Oh my gosh, I saw that 6 again. All right, well, at least we can go down now. Again. This is where I kind of hesitate a little bit, because the odds are really the same, right? Either you get to lower your bet, but you have to make more spins, or you increase your bet and you get it done in 1 spin or 2 spins, right? So, you know, I don't know. I struggle with this, but at this point, when I'm doing these kind of things, I'd rather have bankroll. So I'd rather take the risk of more spins, because we're covering 73% of the board. So I'm willing to risk that over time, if I get on a bad stretch, that we will be able to recover easier than we had before. Okay, that's 540. Actually, I'm tempted to even go down to 270 right now. Oh man, we were so close. I'm gonna go down to 270. I really do want to protect the bankroll here. And I'm trying to show my, I guess, original disciplined self. Although again, I will totally argue that, because day 2 of this challenge, I was already making $4,500 bets 3 times in a row to recover. So I don't think I ever really, oh my goodness. I'm glad that's the first time that I've seen in a long time where the ball just hits and stops in the pocket, right? So feel very, very fortunate. We're going to stay at 270 as our base bet, $90 a win here. And let's see what we can do. Let's see if we got really nice here, and then just got some really unlucky spins, 3 in a row, 4 in a row, whatever. So let's keep going. So yeah, I have a new outlook on this. Number one, I decided, I love playing roulette. So why would this bother me? I'm not bored. I could do this. In fact, I have been doing this every day, right? So, and I'm not concerned about views anymore. I'm really not. So I'm going to play this the way I want to play it. And I know a lot of you guys support that. Oh, phew. All right. And not to say that I don't listen to what you guys say and suggestions. I absolutely do. Some of you guys made some great suggestions that I'm going to incorporate. I definitely want to try Romanowski today. You know, actually in one of the videos about a month ago, I played Romanowski for 2 sessions and did really well with it. We used $25 units. I don't know if you guys remember, but we did Romanowski and played it and was very, very successful with it. But what was funny is when I was doing Romanowski's, people were like, why aren't you playing 9 Street, or why aren't you playing 5 Double Street? Which is counter opposite in my head. I'm like, people don't want to see the same strategy over and over and over again. At the same, dang it. At the same time, let's see, 27, 32, 8, 27. Oh, Tony Simon would have been I'm thinking about going reverse. 27 would have been a whack. 14 would have been a whack. So there have been 2 whacks in there. Maybe I should go reverse. And yeah, I mean, I think after a while, because we're doing the same thing over and over again, definitely, which is also, and I shouldn't let it, that's also a driving reason why I was kind of making the bets bigger and stuff, because I recognize if I were just to grind like this every single day, there just would be, but I'm not going to worry about it anymore. I don't mind if the things drop off. My biggest thing right now is to finish this thing successfully. That needs, and people have mentioned that needs to be my number one priority on this one, is finish this thing strong. Don't get away from that, and don't worry about it. And I'm not, and since I've taken that attitude in the last week or so, I've enjoyed this again. It brought back all the fun again. Just forget about the pressures of, oh man, it was in that 16 for just a split second. I'm like, no. So we got lucky. So yeah, I'm having fun again. And I've been really, really enjoying the live streams. If I can get rid of this kink in my neck, which I got to figure out my monitor situation. I need to move them. I think I'll try it. But man, my neck is killing me. And it's the left side of my neck's already jacked up. So that's a big reason. But now that I know you guys can hear me pretty well, even when I push the microphone away, that I don't have to be doing this. That's so much nicer. I wonder. Oh my God. We can't go very far without getting whacked today on this one. Sounds like I need a boss lady massage. Absolutely. I could use a boss lady massage. Yeah, I agree with you guys. The number one fun is to have fun. And that's what I'm doing. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying now for just so you guys know, and I said this earlier, just so for anybody that joining late, for those that, when I do the 100K challenge, and if I do it on the live stream, I'm gonna keep it more in the format that I was, because people who are watching this on the YouTube, after it's been uploaded the next day, I get it. They say it's not as fun. Oh, phew. All right. There we go. Man, look at that. 2 wins, 1 loss. 2 wins, 1 loss. All right, we just got to get there. We've seen these. You go through these cycles, but that's why you gotta just stick with it. We're covering 73% of the board. Have faith, have faith. Yeah, so we'll see. Also 9th Street, we've played 9th Street Plague before, and we were pretty successful with that too. So, yeah, so believe it or not, I do listen to your guys' comments and your feedback. I do. Like I said, the motto should be wake up every day a beginner, right? Oh, dang it. I had taken my bet down. I was supposed to leave it at 270. Oh, well. I'm going to do just the base bet here again instead of going 270 in case we keep this pattern here. Yeah. So wake up every day, new beginner, and you should be getting as much information from everybody as you can and trying to incorporate that and seeing what works and what doesn't work. You should constantly be evolving. And I said this a long time ago. I said it several times. It's like when you're discussing something, some people argue, but it should be a discussion. Don't try to prove your point to them. Try to prove their point correct to you and challenge your ideas. I think that's the problem. And you get in a debate with someone and you're just trying to prove your point and they're trying to prove their point. First of all, neither of you are listening to each other. So, okay, we're going up to 270. So yeah, so neither one's listening. So that's funny. I was actually, oh my gosh, I got to think about it. This morning I was walking down the stairs to come down here, and for some reason into my head popped this. I remember this situation when I was with the state police, and I was like, oh my gosh, I got to tell him that. And I cannot remember what it was. Let me give me a second to think about that, but I will tell you another story right now. Oh, phew. I thought it was in 14. I was like, okay, I'm good. And then it popped over to 20 and I was like, is that covered? I'll tell you another story while I'm thinking of that. So this morning, yesterday, Mrs. AOB and myself went shopping. So you guys know I like crispy, crunchy apples. So we go in there and they've got beautiful Honey Crisp and Cosmic Crisp apples. Those are my two favorites. And they have this other apple that I've never seen. I'm gonna have to go up and look at the. Shauna, if you're listening, can you type in what the name of that apple is? Anyway, okay. Look at this. We're back in the saddle, folks. Our high was 456. We're just going down to base bet now. Going back down to base bet, 135. None of that 270. Anyway. Okay, JT. Sounds good. And it's interesting. The ones that they sell in the bag, they're the same apples, right? But the ones they sell in the bag are considerably smaller. But then they got these ones that are just stacked in these beautiful piles. I mean, congratulations to the people in the vegetable department at these stores. I mean, you do a magnificent job of stacking all these apples. I'm not well enough organized like that to do that. So, oh my gosh, I saw that 4 there. I was like, no, come on. So we're so close. Come on, we got one more. Envy. Thank you, Shauna. Envy. These apples are called Envy. So I buy, and they feel great. They feel just like the Honeycrisp. So I'm telling Shauna, oh man, look at these apples, Envy. She doesn't say a word, right? Okay. Doesn't say a word. So then, so I'm like, man, these look really good. And there's a little label on them or up on the thing that shows like this graph of like two things, sweetness and crispness. And in both oh, dang it. Again, one win away. I almost took my bet down to 45. I should have. So I'm like, well, shoot, these seems great. I'm going to not just get one. I'm going to get like 3 or 4. So I get 3 or 4. This morning, I sliced one up with my new extra large apple slicer that I've shown you guys because I like those big apples. So I do it and I put it on a plate and I come down here and I take a bite and I'm like, oh, A, it's really not that sweet, and B, it's not that crispy. So, oh, fuck, an A, are you serious? Wow, unreal. Oh, so I go up and I talk to Sean. I'm like, oh my gosh, these Envy apples, they suck. We just lost our entire chat history again. They suck. She's like, yeah, I know. I don't really like them. I'm like, what? You knew what these were? You know I love crispy apples. And I showed you this apple and said, man, these look really good. And you didn't say anything. She's like, well, yeah. I mean, you like you would have listened to me anyway, is what she said. I would have listened to you. If you would have said, yeah, these apples suck, they're not that crispy, I would have said, forget about it. I will stick to the tried and true crisp apples. Anyway. So I'm just like, I'm trying to think of a time next time when she wants to get something and I know it's just absolute dog shit. I'm going to be just like, okay. Okay. No, we lost 2 in a row. So if you're wondering why I'm staying up here, because we lost 3 in a row. 1, 2, or how many did we lose in a row? Yeah, we lost 2 in a row, right? So what are our third progression? So I could have gone down to 270. You're right. I could have, and I probably should have. Phew, we got lucky. All right, now we'll go all the way down to base bet, even though the high here was at 456. This will get us back 1 through 4. And if we win this one, then I'm going down to $45 bets and winning in a couple of Yeah, I mean, there's, again, for those of you that are on the live stream, I'm trying to keep the format. Quite a few people in the YouTube were saying they'd just rather have it where I'm just doing my normal talking rather than answering questions and doing all that stuff because they can't see it. So absolutely right. Someone's saying for people joining in, Sean's saying that, you know, we're talking about being cautious and, you know, being disciplined, but at the same time that if you're too careful and you're too disciplined, you will lose because you have to be willing. That's how you beat negative EV, is through the martingale or whatever progression you do. Because if you flat bet, all right, we're at 456. We got a new dealer. I'm going to give this guy a shot. One more chance here. We're going to go for it. I feel like we may have some luck here and get it done right here. So yeah, so I mean, and the reason why Shauna's saying about the Apple thing is because I don't always listen to her recommendations, and that's wrong. I listen. There's a difference between not listening or listening and then deciding that's not what you want to do. Those are two very different things. All right, look at this, gang. $501. We got to it. It got us into some deep water here. At one point, we were down. We stuck to it. We played discipline. We had the bankroll, even though normally right in the get-go, I had double this bankroll at least when I'm playing, but I'm trying to keep myself disciplined with this bankroll. So let me go update the thing, and this will be the conclusion of the 100K challenge for the day. So let's go here to daily tracker. Isn't that odd? We ended up with 501 each time. What are the chances? 1,002 today. Very nice. That's a good day. And summary. Okay, we're getting there. We're chipping back at it. We're almost onto the green. We're almost, and now we're up at mid-February. So we're looking really, really good. Remember, for me to achieve $100,000 in 365 days is actually $275 per day. Okay. $275 per day. So even now, we're actually still ahead of the 100K. So that's it for today on the 100K challenge. I'm so glad that that's done with. And remember, our YouTuber family, be good humans, be good to each other, be good to yourselves. Not that hard. And I'll say it again, no matter how much I may disagree with some of the other YouTube channels out there, no matter what, it's all of us against the casino. All of us against the casino. So I may disagree with you, but I hate no one. And I don't want any feud. So whatever. Peace. All right. Cheers.